Reagan said either you control the government or the government controls you. And this is thoughts while thinking, and these opinions are mine. And we're talking about common good today. So what really is common good? What is it supposed to mean and what it was originally meant to mean? That's what we got to look at. And we've got the politics of common good now that's limiting your liberties in life and causing you all sorts of harassment and limiting your freedom. And it all starts back with the Commerce Clause in the 14th Amendment. It had the greatest impact on the Constitution and business than any other part. And it strengthened the federal government while setting limits on the state's power. And that's not what it was set out to be in the beginning. And we're talking about control from the federal government and increased power. It's just control, burning up your civil rights. And we appreciate you subscribing and signing up. And we got to yield to common sense and get back to thinking. And we got to quit following that bouncing ball and have some individual thinking and liberties. And it's all getting out of control, and we got to get it back and get it under control, and we got to set limits. We can plant a seed and let it grow and make it work. And the economics of common good is no longer what it was set out to be by our founding fathers. And the theory of common good was a vision of society as a community whose members are joined in a shared pursuit of values and goals they hold in common. The common good is comprised of individuals who own goods and are bound to the good of the whole. And the principle states what is ethical and what advances the common good. Well, that's where we got to get back to and get out of this abuse of the common good from the federal government. And I appreciate you subscribing. And the common good is not an advancement to everyone anymore. It's all about control. And for the scariest words we know right now, it's for the greater good. And there's a difference between giving up and knowing when you've had enough. And I think we're about to where we're had enough. And I thank you for subscribing. And when you see evil and you don't call it evil, that is evil. So we got to get back to it. And we got to get rid of this inflation and get back to capitalism and a free enterprise. And that is a problem, Mr. President. Subscribe, I appreciate you. And the powers of not delegated to the United States, the Constitution is prohibited and is by the states and respectfully are the people. And that's the freedom we had in the Bill of Rights. But the problem is that the 14th Amendment did away with that. And if we had term limits, that would increase the likelihood that people would come to Congress, would anticipate returning to careers in the private sector, and therefore would be, as they legislate, to think about what it's like living under those laws. So that's the reason we need term limits, is to regulate. And I hope you have a super nice day, and it's adios amigos, and it flee on the flip side.